Simon Brooks. That is what we're going to talk about right now, is the WhatsApp system, right? So I remember I came home, I was in Germany at the time, and I come home and I talked to you about like using WhatsApp broadcasts and how powerful it can be, especially when I knew that you were using WhatsApp a lot and you were getting a lot of people, right? And you're one of these people who has a lot of contacts in your phone, and you'll probably like me, if there was a fire in the building, you would want someone to go and get your phone, right? That has all your contacts.
100%.
Right. So I remember I came home and we were in the dining room, like the dining table in the new house you have, underneath like the lantern light, and you says, "Watch this," and you had a computer in the office, and the office is literally like it's just an earshot away from where we were sat, and you sent a message on your phone, and then all you heard your laptop was ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. And I was like, what the heck's that? He said, that's WhatsApp notifications. You remember this?
Yeah, I do.
And so how have you been able to use WhatsApp broadcast lists to be able to consistently follow up people?
Well, when you get into WhatsApp, you can set up a broadcast group.
Mm-hmm.
And the benefit is, what I like the most about that is if I send a message out.
You've pressed the button. There you go. All right, live. We're going live here. Watch yourself.
Oh, sorry.
There we are. So go ahead.
Can I just continue?
Yeah.
So when you send a broadcast message out, you add a list of people to that broadcast.
Right.
And when you send out a message, this is what really excites me. Let's say you send a sex message out as a prospecting message, and one of the people on that broadcast list decides to be rude, aggressive.
Yeah.
And it comes back and says, I think this is the biggest pile of crap going, and I don't want to be hassled nor say.
Yeah.
The benefit with a broadcast list or broadcast group is only you will see that return message.
Right.
Not everybody else that you originally sent it to.
Yeah. So it's not a group. It's a channel. It's like a broadcast. So like you might have 200. You can have up to 256 people in one broadcast. So you would send it out to the 256. You send it out once. It individually goes, and then when they reply, it sends back to you individually. Hence why when you then sent the message from your phone that day on the dining room table, all the bing, 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 those were all responses, and you didn't have just one. You had like multiple broadcast lists because you've got all these people in different lists, right?
Yeah.
So, and by the way, for those of you who are already thinking, oh, but we don't use WhatsApp in our country, then and mainly the Americans, then get someone's phone number and use Project Broadcast. It's almost the same way, right? It's you send an SMS or an iMessage because that's big in the US. Use Project Broadcast to be able to do the same thing. So what sort of things are you sending in that broadcast? Are you sending testimonials? Are you sending?
Not necessarily. It will be messages where people will actually stop, read, and think, wow, I'm interested in that.
Yeah. So going back to the point that you mentioned before of like you want to send messages that you would want to receive.
Yes.
Right.
Because be sexy.
Dad is looking for people like him. He's not looking for, like, if you understand the color personalities, the red, the blue, the yellow, the green, he's not looking for the greens, the yellows, and the blues. He's looking for the reds like him. Right.
Always.
And there are two ways. There's that way. And then there's the way of understanding everyone's different and, finding everyone who's different. But Dad's very much, I'm a red, you're a red, let's go.
Wham, bam, thank you.
Wham, bam, thank you, man. So you set up the broadcast. So you go onto WhatsApp. It's very, very simple, by the way. Like, it's like I can pretty much do it here. So we go WhatsApp, the plus sign in the top right, new broadcast. And then you simply go, you'll see all your contacts. And there's a little button to the right-hand side of it where you're able to add people. Let's say this. That's it. Then you press create. Right. And once you create, you can name the broadcast, and then it will appear kind of like it'll kind of appear as like a conversation, And then you can send audio messages, you can send videos, you can send screenshots, you can send text messages, you can send whatever you want, and everyone gets it at the same time.
All my prospects used to be hot prospects, and the benefit is your contacts don't know, they don't see that group name.
They don't see the group name, yeah.
No. So they can never get offended or never get inspired.
Yeah. And do you have one for the team? Like, we were in the, because obviously you've retired now.
Yeah.
Like, did you have one for the team as well? Yeah. My phone's going. It's mine.
That's right.
Yeah. Did you have one for the team to communicate with the team as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
But predominantly, I used to use Telegram.
Right. Telegram for the team, right?
Yeah, because I could get hundreds and hundreds on.
Yeah. One thing you guys should be up on now is that communication is everything here. Correct. Right? It's having a system to communicate one-on-one. It's having a system to communicate en masse. It's having a system to communicate with your team. And if your uplines already have that, amazing. Plug into that. But you also need to have a communication platform or process so that you are able to follow up in mass. How often were you using these broadcast channels to follow up? Like, because I can imagine, like, I definitely wouldn't want to use it every day. I don't want to upset anyone, but wait for it. It's coming.
Don't give it time.
Yes. So your dad's got a motto. I can't tell you the exact motto, but it's you pushed enough.
You muck them in or you muck them out.
Right. You push them enough to join it, or you push them enough that they say, take me off your list. And if someone does say, take me off your list, what do you do?
Never take him off the list. I treat it as sport.
Yeah. So you're happy to follow up as long is there value in the follow up, or is it just like
100%?
Right. There's value, and it comes to the.
Well, they say in advertising that people need to see something 7 times before they respond.
Yeah.
So I take that to heart.
Yeah.
And I will respond 7 times.
Okay, but you're not sending like 10 messages one day.
No,
you're not like following like, hey, you ready now? Are you ready now? Are you ready now? Are you ready now?
That would be pointless.
Yeah. So, but if you 3 to 5 times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the message has to have some substance to it.
Mm-hmm. What does one of those messages look like?
Could be that I'm looking at placing 6 or 7 people, and I was looking to put them in your team. But as you're not engaged yet with joining, I'm going to have to put them in somebody else's.
Right. So you have this. Someone really wants to contact us whilst doing this, and they're going to get declined again. So there's one terminology that you use a lot that I don't think anyone in network marketing uses, because it's so old school, but it has such a rich meaning behind it, and that's business proposition.
Oh yeah, always like to offer people a business proposition.
For those of you tuning in and watching this, has anyone ever offered you a business proposition before? Because as soon as I hear that, I kind of go, I want to know what.
Well, I used to say, I'd like to offer you a proposition, and then it came a little bit seedy.
Yeah, we're being
had the word business in front of it. That's going back decades.
But you still use it, or you still have used it. So
100%.
So you message someone, like, this person's calling again. That's 3 attempts now. But guess what? 3 in a row. I'm gonna follow up, and eventually I'm gonna answer. Isn't that funny? Eventually, at some point, I'm gonna answer. Let's see how many follow-ups they give us today. All right. So the message that you're following up with, would that something along the lines of, because you can't mention names, because obviously you're sending it all out, but it's hey, I was thinking about you. I've got a business proposition for you. Like, message back, reply, call me. What? How does it go?
It could be like, I would always use their name, like, hey John.
But you can't in a broadcast. If you're sending a broadcast, you can't say hey John, because everyone's gonna get the message saying hey John.
My box clever.
Okay. Go on then.
So I would do the broadcast, and I will put, hey, John, I've got this amount of people I'd love to put in your team if you want to get going. Send that out to John, and then I would then take that message, take out John's name, and put Marion.
Right. So you're doing it individually now.
Individually.
You're not doing it. Right. So you could do that. That sounds like quite laborious.
It is labor intensive,
but then
it can
personalized.
get good effect.
Yeah. Because you've already got the numbers anyway.
Yeah.
So like, is it in your calendar or is it just like, I've always wondered this because my calendar rules my life. If it's not in the calendar, I don't get it done. But you just seem to have this really strange but powerful ability to just be relentless follower-upper. So like, do you have like a list? Do you go through your broadcast list? Like,
not really.
What is it?
I have notes, but I have my file of facts that you nicked years and years ago.
I did nick it.
And you nicked all my good shit. I'm thinking, come on, different fun thing. I go to your mum. Again.
I've said it. The funny thing is, what you don't realize probably is that I say my dad told me this, my dad said this, I said this. So I do give you credit. So give them a business proposition. On The Godfather, it says, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. Right, classic line, one of the greatest lines in all movies. So you're going to give them an offer that they can't refuse.
Correct.
And it works, right?
Yeah, all the time.
So I'm thinking out there for people out there who aren't massive recruiters, because obviously your business proposition is, I've recruited 6 people ready to place them. I want to put them above you or below you.
But let's take one of your team members that aren't a prolific recruiter.
Right.
They can still say that. And then if the person comes back and says, "Oh, where's all those people?" Oh, it was a thing. I had to put them in somebody else's team.
But the next people,
couple, I'll put in your team.
Right.
Does that fair?
Yeah. Can't plan system. All right. This has been great. So here's my challenge to you guys. Either if you don't, and if you're in the US, you're going to use Project Broadcast. If you're anywhere else in the world, you're going to use WhatsApp, right? Don't make up things and excuses not to do it, right? Oh, I drink coffee, but I know that there are billions of people around the world who love coffee, right? You've just got to understand that people use WhatsApp. Obviously, if you're in the US, not as much. So you're either going to pick Project Broadcast or WhatsApp. Telegram in this example is not relevant because we want their contacts, we want their phone numbers as well. Because also, don't forget, when there's a social media blackout, because they'll come and it will happen more often at some point, you're going to be the person who's going to recruit the next wave of people because you have all the contacts, right? You have all of them. So,
one of the other major things that I love about WhatsApp, it's free.
Yeah.
Don't want to appear to be a tight.
Yeah, but it's a free tool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 100%. Made for network marketing.
Yeah. I've always said that.
Yeah.
Decades ago.
So collect as many people as possible. Create content and look to get them offline as fast as possible. When I say offline, I mean like onto WhatsApp. So all it is, hey, I've shared this with you. It's good to miss out. It's too good for me to send on Facebook. What's your WhatsApp number? And I'll send it there. Oh, here's my WhatsApp number, +44, whatever their number might be. And then you can also systemize it as well. If you go onto Google, type in, what's my WhatsApp Messenger link? Right, Google that. What's my WhatsApp Messenger link? You will actually get a link that if people click, it will open WhatsApp and send you a message. Right? They have to go, it'll click, it will open the WhatsApp and it will say hi. They can send that. Right? If you do that, you can put that link on your Instagram bio, your Facebook bio, in your TikTok bio, and you can tell people, hey, click the link in my bio so we can chat, or go to this link and we can have a chat. Right? So you can build it up. You can build it up that way as well. Collect as many contacts as possible, send them the information, follow up with them properly. And then once you've gone to the end of the pipeline, add them into the WhatsApp broadcast and then drip on them. And to start with, just have follow-up Fridays. Just every single Friday, just follow up with that group. Share a testimonial, share a win, share a story, share a lesson, share a quote, share whatever you want to do, because it's all about how many times can I get in front of their eyes, right? Like for some of these guys watching, I send out an email 6 times a week. 6 times a week. And if we have something to promote that we believe is going to help, we'll probably send out we'll probably send out 6 a week, but then the day of the actual event, we'll send out 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And the reason we do that is because even if people go, ugh, another email, they're still seeing my name and they're still aware. So if someone comes, let's say it's a recruiting workshop, right, that we've done with the online recruiting formula, and they go, ugh, another email about this recruiting formula, but they have a team member that then comes and really strong recruiting. Who's the first person they think of? Hello. And they think about online recruiting formula. So it's all about awareness. The person who has the most attention is the one who wins. The person who therefore follow up is the person who wins. Collect more contacts, have that follow-up system in place, and your life is going to be so much easier. But as Dad said, there are times where he decides to go more personalized because the broadcast messaging is not always going to get you loads and loads of signups. And when he wants to go and recruit 10, 20, 30 people in a week, in a month, he knows that he's got to leverage that list every 90 days or so to go on it. Yeah. Right? So Dad, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for sharing that. That was flipping awesome. I hope you guys got value from it. Again, if you're in the inner circle, go book a call with my dad to discuss how you can leverage these systems. Go book a call with my dad to talk more about how you can be pushed to recruit more people and close more people as well. He's one of the best in the game there's ever been when it comes to recruiting, handling objections, and closing people. So make sure you go ahead and do that if you're able to. And yeah, look forward to seeing you next time. All right? Bye, guys. Big love.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye.